Hello everyone. In this lecture, we'll learn how to make a pleated skirt. Mastering how to create pleats will allow you to apply this technique to various designs, so let's dive in and learn this technique. First, we'll start by making the waistband part of the skirt. Select the rectangle tool and click on the 2D view. A dialog box will appear. Set the width to 650 millimeters and the height to 45 millimeters, then press OK to create the belt pattern. Next, sew the two ends of the belt together. Select the segment sewing tool and sew the left end to the right end of the belt to create a loop. Now we'll adjust some settings to make the belt stiffer. Switch to the Transform Pattern tool and select the belt pattern. In the Property Editor at the bottom right, change the particle distance from 20 millimeters to 10 millimeters. Expand Bond Skive. Check the Bond option and change the mesh type to Quad Optimized. Next, place the belt on the avatar. Press Shift+F to display the arrangement points and position the belt close to the blue point on the right side. Once positioned, press Shift+F again to turn it off. Press the spacebar to run the simulation. The belt will wrap around the waist, so adjust its shape as needed. Once the shape is correct, right-click the belt and select Freeze. This freezes the belt in place, making the next steps easier. Next, we'll create the main skirt section. Select the rectangle tool again and click on the 2D view. Set the width to 1,950 millimeters, which is 3 times the belt dimension. The height can be any size you prefer. For this tutorial, we'll set it to 800 millimeters. Create the internal lines that will form the pleat creases. Since we're setting the knife pleat width to 50 millimeters this time, switch to the Edit Pattern tool. Right-click on the side edge line of the skirt pattern and select Offset as Internal Line. In the dialog box, set distance to 50 millimeters and number of offsets to 38. Then click OK. This creates 38 internal lines spaced 50 millimeters apart. Now here's a crucial part. The points created on the internal lines are also needed on the skirt's outer contour line. With all endpoints of the internal lines selected, right-click and choose to Pattern Outline from the Extend, Trim, and Add Point menu. Next, create the pleats. From the top toolbar, click the Pleats icon and select Pleats Fold. Click once on the left edge of the skirt pattern, then drag to the right edge and double-click to open the dialog box. Select knife pleats and set the number of internal lines per pleat to 3. Click OK to create the pleat lines. Next, we'll sew the pleats together. From the Pleats icon, now select Pleats Sewing. First, click on the belt section to sew it. Then, click on the top edge of the skirt to sew it to the belt, and the pleats will automatically be sewn together. We'll place the skirt on the avatar. Switch to the Transform Pattern tool, select the skirt, and press the 5 key in the 3D view to switch to the top view. Use the gizmo to rotate and move the skirt into position, ensuring it doesn't touch the avatar's hands. Once positioned, change the mesh type to Quad Optimized in the Properties editor. Internal lines are displayed on the 3D screen, making it difficult to see. Please uncheck Show Internal Lines in Garment Display. Next, switch to Thick Textured Surface from the Garment Rendering Style menu. You're now ready. Press the spacebar to run the simulation and fit the skirt onto the avatar. After the simulation, if the pleats aren't folding cleanly, you can manually pull and adjust them to correct the shape. Now, let me show you how to handle situations where the skirt doesn't fit properly. If the skirt is unruly and won't drape cleanly, try using the Strengthen feature via right-click. The key is to make sure the pleat creases aren't folded in the wrong direction. Once the pleats are shaped correctly, use segment sewing to sew the skirt's side seam together, creating a tubular shape. To unfreeze the belt, right-click on the belt and select Unfreeze. The skirt's particle distance is likely set to 20 millimeters. For cleaner and more defined pleats, change it to 5 millimeters. Select the skirt pattern and adjust Particle Distance in the Property Editor. Run the simulation to check the result. Note that smaller values increase PC load, so adjust while balancing performance. Now for the final touches. Refine the connection between the belt and skirt. Switch to the Edit Pattern tool and click the bottom edge line of the belt. In the Property Editor, check the Elastic option and set the ratio to 100. Then run the simulation again. This will create a much cleaner and more realistic fit.